Welcome back, troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. Today, let's check out some new 2021 models, starting off with Epiphone. I'm not sure how much is going to be released right now, but let's go ahead and react to some of this. This photo was posted last night, just before I uploaded my other video. And I can already tell these are going to be an instant success. So just on a quick glance here, we see the Gibson Slash collection, right? No. Look at our headstocks. They have released the Epiphone Slash collection. And what impresses me is, at least for this year, it looks like they're going to offer every single color lineup that they did in the Gibson collection. So we get the Anaconda Burst, which is, these two right here, Anaconda and Vermilion Burst, they're gonna sell like crazy. But you also get the November Burst over here. I'm surprised to see this one within the Epiphone lineup right away, because that was just released under the Gibson version. And then over here, the Appetite is looking a little bit too orange, but this could just be Slash's lighting. This was posted on Slash's Instagram page, and that's the first time that I saw it leaked anywhere. I'm guessing these are going to be pretty well spec'd out, just like the Les Paul Standard 50s from the Epiphone collection, just like the Gibson iterations were, but we're gonna have like maybe different pickups in them, because that's what made the Gibson version different than like a regular one. So as far as pricing goes, remember, nothing's official right now. I'm guessing like $699. But I think what would actually be really cool is that they actually spec them out like the 59 Les Paul standards that Epiphone's doing at $799 and make them like $849 or $899. I think those would also sell well, so we'll just have to see what they end up basing that off of, and if they come with any type of case or anything. But if they are like the 50 standards, we're going to have Indian Laurel fretboards. That's exactly what this thing's looking like right here. So let me know down in the comment section, are you really pumped for this? And then as far as other models, I'm not really seeing an official release yet, so maybe we'll see some more stuff drop soon. In case you missed this video, we've already talked about the new Epiphone Jared James Nichols Gold version of his Old Glory. So if you didn't know about those, that's something that's been kind of leaked. Then maybe not right away, but later on in the year, we might see some signature bass guitars of Gene Simmons. But I did see Chicago Music Exchange post about the Epiphone Swingster, but it looks like these things are already available, so maybe I just didn't see it. I can't say I would want to review one of these. I mean, it's got awesome TV Jones looking pickups. It's got an interesting Bigsby, but not quite as cool in my opinion as the other one that we reviewed this year. Oh, but I do like that. Oh, I didn't realize that it had like the drum binding on it. Huh, maybe that is kind of cool. It's very Gretsch-like, I would say. Our next topic is actually Taylor Guitars. I thought this was huge news. So they've decided to be owned by their employees instead of, having like some other company buy them. Now, Bob Taylor and everybody that's part of the management team, they're not retiring yet. They're just planning to. Like, if something were to happen to them, they wanted to make sure that it was all in good hands. So you can check out this article by Rob Lang to learn a little bit more in-depth information. So hey, let's go ahead and pop over to Dean. It looks like they have a new thing out. I really don't pay attention to Dean guitars, but sometimes there's some interesting stuff, like a USA Michael Schenker 50th anniversary and a Leslie West Les Paul styled instrument. Oh, it's $4,600. This is half and half to a whole new extreme. Like, I think it's a little bit too far for my taste, but at the same time, it's kind of cool in a roundabout way. So we get the standard V style that Dean does. You get their split forked headstock. Looks like Rover tuners. Kind of Carina V style thing going on here with the string through output jack on the front. Your layout here is a little bit different, but black matched with tan, then white matched with tan, and then a white with a black border. Maybe this looks really strange because we're also seeing the side profile. That must be what it is. So black and white, white and tan, tan and black. I don't know if I like it or not, but it's certainly colorful. That's for sure. But I do like that it's a USA made Dean, so cool. Next up here, we have the USA Leslie West Tattered and Torn TBZ. Now, I'm not really familiar with Dean's USA made Les Paul copy type thing. However, reading into this, it appears there's quite a work story behind this. So Leslie West, if you didn't realize, he passed away in late 2020. So he was working with them directly on this. It's not just like a tribute to him. It was supposed to be like a signature guitar, but they decided to release it anyways as a USA signature thoroughbred, they're calling it. So we got like a flame top tobacco sunburst Les Paul type thing. The Dean headstock looks a little bit strange, but hey, I guess that's just how that is. But check this out. It's aged. And normally, I don't think too much about aged guitars, but what caught my attention here is who aged it? John Cruz. Okay, and just in case you don't know, John Cruz was recently let go from Fender. Like, he was a master builder for like a long time. If I've got my history correct, he was like one of the original guys. That was big news when Fender let him go, and it's because of like some Instagram post. Politics aside, then he goes and starts his own custom guitar business, and it looks like he's also going to do work for other companies. So that's kind of interesting how that played out. Looks like some new Cadillacs. The Colt. Can't really say any of these speak to me, except for this one, the new Kerry King. I thought this thing kind of looked cool. Like, it's not the traditional guitar that I do, but since Dean just recently lost Dave Mustaine and it's kind of up in the air with arrows pointing to where he might land, but they've got this V shape with these horns at the bottom, kind of like SG-like, but instead of being up here, they're down there. And I like the inlays. They're like X pattern, which kind of reminds me of the Firebird X in a roundabout way. But what interests me the most, I mean, besides whatever pickups we got in here, it looks like a Kahler system. Now, I hate having Kahlers on vintage Les Pauls, but the one modern Kahler I had, it was actually really good. It was in that one pickup swapping guitar. You can check that video out here. So that mixed in with this kind of unique flying V shape with this very strange looking headstock. You can see it's got the horns too on top of the regular Dean style, and you get the red Dean logo. This thing, you know, for a signature guitar, it's not half bad. It's not half bad. But it looks like they're being made in Indonesia on these. And we do have the 8185 EMG pickups. Ooh, with a preamp booster, if you like that. 3-piece maple neck with a mahogany body, so I like those specs. I don't know if you guys want me to check one of these things out or not. It's certainly interesting. Other than that, looks like just some MD series guitars. Got some new ML colors and maybe pickup variations. Ooh, multi-scale. When I think multi-scale, I usually think of like Ormsby guitars. They've kind of cornered that market, but I think Kiesel also does that. Check out that bridge. That's cool. I like the way that has that slant and it's still the Kahler system. The pickups always look goofy on these multi-scaled things, but you can check out my Ormsby review if you want to learn a little bit more about what multi-scaling is. Looks like it's made in South Korea and retailing at $2,400. Is it just this ML that has the multi-scale? 7-string and 8-string. Do they have a 6-string version? I think that's what this all black thing is. They don't have photos up yet. Okay, that's good to know that they do have the 6-string. Man, are these all actually brand new? Somebody who's more familiar with Dean, tell me, because that's a crazy lineup of everything is new. Maybe it's just everything they've released in the past year and I'm just behind the times. And now we've got some Gretsch guitars. I don't really know what's new and what's not, but they're saying everything's new here. Kind of like this 89 Sparkle Jet and that Orange Crush Sparkle. Looks like we have a limited edition Falcon with a Bigsby. I guess what makes this thing special is the Sahara Copper metallic finish instead of being a white Falcon. Oh, is it actually white on the side? No, it's like a... Is it pink? That's kind of interesting. Pink back and sides with a orange top. Oh, and they've got a penguin with a Koa top. Oh, and they even did the Koa veneer on that. I don't think I like that, though. I think if, like, I only liked Gretsch guitars in general, I would get excited about something like this. Just like how I get excited for Les Pauls with kind of slightly quirky specs. But this one, I think it's just better off being white, unless you already own a whole bunch of them. That's kind of interesting. Koa top. Seems they're doing a whole bunch of exotic tops this year, trying to break into that market. Rosewood. Is this like an actual rosewood top on that thing? Yeah, it says rosewood top, back and sides. Wow. I'm not really familiar with how these things are constructed. Is it just like a veneer on the outside? Or do they do solid form tops? If so, that's kind of interesting. Here's a slightly more affordable option at 800 bucks. I kind of like this orange finish. That's looking nice. Let's see if ESP did anything interesting. Unfortunately, nothing really stands out to me. Except for this. It's like one of those Gibson CMs, but with like that Floyd Rose top mount system. Except for this one's actually mounted in it. I could see somebody getting behind that thing. That's definitely been modernized, to say the least. Here we go with Jackson. I've got to say, this is the first time I've been on their website. That's pretty cool how they do that. But if Fender owns Jackson, why does Jackson make a Stratocaster ripoff? Like, that is literally just the Fender headstock. I kind of like this guitar just for that reason, because it's like a ripoff of their own parent company, but yet it's illegal and it's a signature guitar. I like that. I can appreciate it. I'm sure if you go through and read through the specs, you'll see all these modern advancements that they did to this one as well. Like, the first thing I'm seeing is it's just master volume, master tone. You don't have that third knob. I mean, a 20-inch radius. It's not even compound, it's just 20 the whole time. Jeez. To put things into perspective, Gibsons are a 12-inch radius. And Fenders tend to range between 7 1/4, which is like that vintage style radius, very rounded. And I think the flattest they go is about, what, 14? So 20 is just unheard of. At least in the guitars that I pay attention to. So I don't know, maybe I'll have to keep that one in mind, because I feel like it would make a good video. That's a pretty sweet looking V. Randy Rhoads style, signature of Christian. Looks like Misha's got a whole bunch of new guitars coming here this year. Next page here, I think this is the most striking one. A Rhodes 24 blue crackle paint job. That's pretty nice. Oh man, what is going on here? Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much, but I can't look away. It's great. So they've got like the typical Jackson style shreddery guide neck going on here. And then they have like a regular P-bass like shape, except for it appears to be a flat top and even bound. And you got the P-bass style pickups here, and I'm guessing they probably have like the jazz bass under that. We've got some giant bridge going on. I bet that has a whole bunch of sustain to it. And then this part reminds me of like a Rickenbacker. I mean, a lot of this is Rickenbacker influenced as well. It's like 3 brands just blended together. Looks like they call this the Bacher 4-string through body hardtail bridge. I mean, if I ever wanted to review a freaky bass, I think the green one would be it. And that thing looks like it's made for speed. I think that's what I like about this, is the Jackson headstock looks so wrong on a bass. So that's kind of an interesting diamond in the rough there. And woohoo! The return of giant big green basses. I guess that's just, I don't think I've ever seen a Jackson bass in my life until today. Like, I've seen Deans that look similar to this. Like, I used to have my neon green Dean bass. I only bought it for the color and for the inlays on that particular one. But the claim to fame for that one is the fretboard was also a glossy green color, and this one doesn't have that. I would have to probably go purple on this one. That looks nice. All right, troglodytes, thank you for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed learning about some of these new models. The big thing that I was excited for this time is the Slash Epiphone collection. I know people will be jumping at the bit to get those things, because an affordable Slash signature guitar that's potentially always available, I think that'll make people happy. All right, thank you for tuning in today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow on the next episode. Take care.